again, and if you're new to my channel, my name is Erin, as I just said, and I created Holista in order to document out my health and wellness journey. I am somebody who is on a ketogenic diet, and it's working for me, so I'm gonna stick with it and just kind of document out the process. So I thought I'd sit down with you guys today and go over my top essential items for being keto. These are items that are working for me. These are items that I recommend. I am not going to be putting links down below because some of these items I got for free. Some of these items I got at my grocery store. Some of these items I did get on places like Amazon or places like Target, but I'm not going to be linking them to those links specifically because you can find items that are like this or similar to this in any market that you're in, and what might be available could be completely different than what I'm going to be showing. So my first item is a tape measure. You probably knew this was coming if you've watched my other videos. Measuring yourself is way more accurate than this scale. I feel like I get more victories from this baby than I do from the scale. The scale, you know, it's great. It tells me how much I'm weighing, but it doesn't accurately always tell me how much my body is changing. And this puppy does, so I love it. I got this for free from a work conference. I think you can buy ones that are like this for like $1.99. I get them promotionally. I love them, and I love this. This little device is my best friend. All right, so tape measure number one. Second one is a scale, but it's not the scale you think. It's a food scale. I measure my food. I make sure that I'm getting the right amount, but not too much. I like digital scales because you can zero them out, then add a new something, then zero it out again, and add a new something, and see exactly what it is you're getting and what the makeup of it is. So yes, digital scale is something that I think every keto person should have. I personally do not track my macros like through an app or anything, but I do keep a daily running total in my head, and I find that I never go over because I'm trying to approach being keto as sustainable as possible. And I know me, and I know where my hangups are. I know where I'm going to fail. And being somebody that does, you know, just tracking it all the time, it wouldn't be sustainable for me. It'd almost become like an obsession. So I don't track my macros, FYI, but I do use a scale to weigh and measure my food. So I like this one. Again, it's digital, it zeroes out. So the next item that I have is a blood sugar monitor. I use this as opposed to using like a ketone blood test. I use this whenever I introduce something new in my diet, and I'm curious, you know, whether or not it'll, you know, spike my blood sugars. So I find checking my blood sugars to be more interesting than checking like my blood ketones. Blood ketone testing is super expensive, and I just don't do it because of that. I'd rather spend the money on better supplements, better food, quality ingredients, whatever it is, versus you know, the strips. I think the strips can be anywhere from $2 to $10 depending on the system you use. The system itself, I think, is generally like, the cheapest one I could find was like $49.99, and it's like, that's so expensive. This little bad boy was $15. $15, that was it. And that came with like 100 testing strips. So yeah, that seems way more worthwhile to me to just test as I introduce new things, to be, you know, consciously aware of what it is I'm eating, measuring it out, you know, having the internal education, and just knowing that I'm eating keto-friendly foods and I'm not going crazy. And then anything that I'm suspicious of or I feel like it might be funky, I can just test and see if it spiked my blood sugar to have a better understanding of if I, you know, screwed up. So kind of in conjunction with that item, the next one I have is one that, you know, I've had it in other videos and people talk about that it's semi-controversial, and that's the ketone urine strips. These, you know, some people don't believe that these accurately measure the ketones in your body. And again, I will say my statement that if I had ketones now and I didn't have ketones, to me that is accurately measuring the fact that I am now producing ketones. So I do think this is an essential item when you're starting out. It is something that I have extras of, and anytime I do something suspicious or I'm kind of wondering, I will kind of test to see that yes, I am still outputting ketones, so it's still working for me. So the next item, I'm going to try to go over this one as quickly as possible, but this is kind of a lengthy verbiage pronunciation issuer of words that I will probably have difficulties pronouncing all the words correctly because words trip me up sometimes. And this item is MCT oil. So I have keto MCT. I like this one because, shout out, it's made in my home state, Minnesota, so I like this one just for that reason. And because it is a C8 MCT oil. And so the reason why I say MCT oil is more essential than, let's say, coconut oil is because, one, you can do a lot more with this than you can with coconut oil. First, you can cook with coconut oil and you can heat it, but with this, you know, you can put it in things and make it completely undetectable. So I like to do, you know, MCT oil in my coffee versus coconut oil. I just appreciate the fact that there's no taste to it. I also appreciate the fact that it's a extract from the coconut oil, so I'm getting the super nutrients that you can find within MCT oil, so the super benefits that you get. And with the ones that are from caprylic acid, MCTs are the most rare within coconut oil, so this is where I'm going to get tripped up, sorry. And they're better for, you know, just their microbial purposes, their digestion aids, and they're also better for your brain. So they're like the super extract from from coconut oil, and so they're the ones that you really, really want. If you're familiar with Bulletproof, you might have heard of brain octane oil. It's super expensive. It's the most expensive, I think, MCT oil out there, and so this one is the same chain of MCTs that is. It's a little bit more affordable. There's also another brand called Mickey T's, and that's a C8. So I just try to look for MCT oils, and then if I'm gonna get MCT oil, I try to go with a C8 MCT oil. But you know, just MCT oil is better in general than coconut oil. And then with MCT oils, like I said, I put it in my Bulletproof coffee. I also will use it in salad dressings to add extra fat if I need to. I will also pair this, like if I'm having like raw sushi or something, or just like the fillets of raw fish. I will do MCT oil mixed with my soy sauce in order to reduce the amount of carbs but also increase the fat within that meal. So it's got no taste, it's sneaky to get in there and to get a ton of really good healthy fat. The one thing I will also add with this is that this is something you should start slow with. So like a 1/4 tablespoon and then adding a little bit more every day, just seeing how your body digests, because as I said in my keto tips video, once you're starting to add lots of fat in, you can make yourself an internal slip and slide. And if you've heard of MCT oils, you've heard of other people talking about it, you will have heard of the term disaster pants, which is literally like you might poop your pants. So be careful when adding fats in, but I would recommend MCT over coconut oil, but that doesn't mean that there's not coconut oil in my kitchen. I totally bake, I make fat bombs with it. I cook food in it. Sometimes I cook eggs in it. Oh my gosh, eggs and MCT oil is very delicious. Or eggs and coconut oil, sorry. Eggs and coconut oil is very delicious. All right, so my next item would be salt. And salt is a great way to replenish your electrolytes. It's a good way to kind of keep your digestion moving. And I would recommend not using table salt. Table salt isn't gonna have the same health benefits as real salt. So I've got a Celtic sea salt in this container that I got bulk from my natural food store, and then I've got a grinder with some Himalayan sea salt, and I just put this stuff on everything. It replaces, again, your electrolytes. It's good for your digestion, and you definitely need sodium when you're on a low-carb diet. So I recommend salt from natural sources versus chemically created sources. So yep, there we go. The other item I will add in is, and you'll have seen this from other people because it really does work, is apple cider vinegar. It is the mother of all vinegars. Read the label here. It's amazing for you. There are tons of health benefits. I could spend this entire video just doing a video of all the benefits from apple cider vinegar, but for me personally on my keto journey, this is my heartburn relief. Tums and antacids and things like that can have carbs in it, so you kind of have to stand back and say, well, shoot, I've got some pain, how am I going to take care of this? And using apple cider vinegar, you know, a good amount in a shot of water has, you know, just kind of helped that going. So I do it in the morning, and then you typically do it when I get home from work, and that's kind of keeping things not so heartburny and feeling good. So apple cider vinegar is something that I think is super essential. Doing apple cider vinegar in water and in shots, definitely do it. So my next item is specific to me, but generically you can find options like this. This one is a probiotic, and so I use powder form probiotic because I don't like taking pills. That's just my MO. And I like this one from Oro because it's organic. It's got all the right mix of bacteria for my gut, and you know, it tastes good. I put it in water. It helps me to drink more water, which is super important. So I like this probiotic, and I would recommend that you find a probiotic that works for you. My next item, and this is one that you will see a ton of from people, and that's because when you see repeat items that people talk about, that's because they actually work and they're actually really good for you, and it's something you consider. So as you see items repeated, just know that those are the items that you should really be focusing in on, and that is Natural Calm. I take this in the evening. It's got magnesium in it, which is super important when you're on keto. The other one that you'll hear people say is potassium. I find that I'm able to get a good amount of potassium in my food, so I don't supplement that one as much, but you can buy potassium supplements. I do Natural Calm, and that is the way I get my magnesium in. If I was going to get my magnesium in from food, I would not be able to be on a low-carb diet, because the amount of food that you would need that has magnesium in it would, you know, you wouldn't be in ketosis. So supplementing it is very important. I like Natural Calm. It's super easy. I would describe this as very tarty. This flavor is raspberry lemonade, or raspberry lemon, and I buy the kind that doesn't have sodium in it because I try to source my sodium through my salt and through specifics. So I try not to go too crazy with sodium and things like this, but I do like it. And if you need to make a bowel movement, this will help. So this is great for digestion as well. All right, so my next item is one that I used a lot more when I was first starting out, and I know that some people kind of consider these ones sort of controversial, but I think when you're starting out, it's not the worst product to go and get, and that is Keto Kana, or any kind of BHB keto supplement. This one is from Keto Sports. I like this one because it was fairly affordable compared to other kind of keto supplementy ones, and I like the fact that it wasn't, you know, with a bunch of other like stuff. It was kind of just a one-off that this company does. I will say that I bought this on Amazon, and the review comment, somebody had said that it tasted like monkey piss, and I was kind of curious, like, how did this person know what monkey piss tasted like? But on the other hand, I don't know what monkey piss tastes like, but I would 100% say that I don't think this tastes like monkey piss, or at least what I would imagine it would taste like. This has an orange flavor, and I would just say this tastes like bad Tang or orange drink. It just tastes super watered down. It's kind of got the same kind of effervescency as Natural Calm, but I use this in the beginning to kind of feel leveled out, to kind of boost my ketones. I use this plus MCT oil to kind of push me into that ketone state. I think in some way that this maybe helped with my keto flu. I remember when I started to get the symptoms of it, I took a drink of this and it didn't feel that bad, because I didn't do it without it. I don't really have the ability to compare whether or not that's 100% true, accurate statement, but to me, in that situation, it felt like it was helping. And I now use this more as a BCA replacement, so I use this prior to workouts. So I will take a glass of this and drink it 15 minutes prior to my workout, and I feel like it helps. I feel like it, you know, I'm seeing results. I'm seeing a ton of body results, and, you know, I feel like it helps. I feel like it gives me a good amount of energy, and I'd rather do that than like coffee, because it feels like it goes in and then it's kind of out and from me within like an hour. So just during that workout time, it just gives me that extra like boom boost. So this next one is super generic, and I'm gonna try to be as generic and quick as possible about that, and that is finding a sweetener replacement. I use stevia. There's a lot of other ones out there that you can use. I like stevia in droplet forms. I think it's an essential item to find a keto sweetener that works for you. All right, so my next item, I'm kind of getting down there, is to mouthwash. And I like this mouthwash that I found because it is made from oils, and so there's 0 carbs in it. Some mouthwashes, you know, a lot of the things that you can find, even toothpaste, can have carbs in it. So this one has 0 carbs, and so I like it. As you go on keto, your breath will start smelling, you will start smelling, and so having little travel-sized containers of things that will make you smell better will not only make you feel more confident as you go into this, the people around you will appreciate it. So I had my small thing of mouthwash, so I wouldn't go to mints or things that could potentially have sugars or carbs in it. And I did, a small bottle of perfume. I also carried a travel deodorant on me just because, you get funky, you get smelly, and people have to be around you. So I had a little like care bag in my office space, and then I also had a little bit of something, in my car if I needed to. So yep, I would recommend having a travel container of stuff. So camera is another item that I would recommend. I should have had this one a little bit earlier, but I just didn't see it in my stack of stuff. It is the item that will allow you to track your progress truly. So I take pictures, and I'm going to insert some pictures here, beginning and now, and that's 2 months, and that's amazing, and the scale only gave me 10 pounds. So yeah, so that's why I really recommend a tape measure. That's why I really recommend a camera. All right, so my last kind of food related item would be spices, and the 2 I'm holding up are cinnamon and turmeric. These are my favorite spices, but I would say the whole spice aisle. Just be mindful that some spices will contain carbohydrates, so you just have to kind of watch it with that. But I like turmeric because it is good for inflammation, it's good for pain, it's good for weight loss, it's good for digestion. It's just an amazing product, and so I like turmeric. I put it in my bulletproof coffee. I just put the tiniest sprinkle, and by tiniest I mean I've had this jar and I've been using it since the start of the new year. That is over 2 months, and I've only used that much. So it is a little bit will make you okay. I literally will take the end of the back side of the spoon, so like the handle portion on mine, and I will just like take the tiniest amount. Like I won't go crazy with it. In my bulletproof coffee, I pair it with cinnamon. I feel like the 2 together kind of give me that chai spice latte type flavor with the bulletproof. So so yeah, I would totally recommend these 2 spices, but spices in general, because like literally like I could have sorry. So like literally with spices in general, you could take, parsley and put it on cauliflower rice, and then the next day put turmeric on your cauliflower rice, and just make them different things. So that way yes, you're eating the same item, but you're changing it, you're changing the flavor. You're making it exciting, so that way you don't get bored. All right, so there are other items that I have down there, but I'm looking at the time of my recording this and it's getting crazy long. So I have collagen and gelatin. I like those too because collagen is a low carb protein. So it's super easy to get into shakes and kind of give you that great boost. Collagen is amazing for your skin, your nails, your hair, your just digestion, your bones. I mean, it's an amazing source of protein. So collagen is something I super recommend. And then I have gelatin down there too. It's kind of in conjunction with that. They are, both great for, your skin, hair, nails. Gelatin is also great for your stomach. So if you can create gummies from it, you can create, you can use it as a thickener in sauces. I love gelatin for those purposes. So I've got those 2 items down there. I also have a coffee tumbler and a water bottle because I do bulletproof coffee. So I like to have a tumbler in order to carry it with me throughout my day, so I never feel like I'm going to be deprived, and a water bottle to encourage myself to drink. I think you should get a water bottle that does that. So if you need a straw, get one with a straw. If you can just do a regular metal bottle, do a regular metal bottle. And yep, that's the items that I have down there. My next item is a weird item, and you're gonna think I'm a freak, but I think this totally helps to promote good sleep, and this is blue light blocking glasses. Look at me, I look like a dork, you can see my window. Yeah, these These glasses are amazing. I got these ones on Amazon. They were about 20 bucks, but my husband has a pair and he got them for mono price and they were like $5. So typically when you think of like blue light glasses, you might think of the infomercials with like the yellow glasses, and or you might see it in like your Facebook feed. I see in my Facebook feed where people will be like, oh, I got amazing sleep from my deer hunting glasses, and it's like, yeah, that totally, those big yellow glasses will totally work, but there are more stylish alternatives. And as you can see, like my cheeks right here, this is my skin, and then once underneath it, it kind of gets yellow, so there is a slight yellow tinge to this. So it is a way to kind of remove the blue light from situations. By removing blue light, you will sleep better. Blue light is a light that's given off of from your phone, your TV, your tablet, my computer screen, and it's something that stresses the eyes, it kind of stresses the brain, and by kind of removing it an hour or two before bed, you will sleep better. And I am definitely noticing the benefits of using blue light glasses. So yep, I would put that out there as a go-to good item, because on keto, something that's super important is getting good sleep. And keto in itself will help you sleep better, but I think just kind of encouraging that, you know, giving your body time to rest, that's just the way to get better health. And so yes, wearing dorky glasses is something that I'd recommend. The other last thing that I think is an essential item is getting a watch pedometer thingy that does your heart rate. I find that when I'm tracking my heart rate, I'm able to see very accurately the amount of calories that I'm burning in a day, and just by knowing that, then I kind of stay fitter. I know, you know, what my range is for a deficit. I know some people don't go by deficits, but you know, if you want to go by that and you're trying to calculate, like trying to create a deficit, having a watch that tracks your heart rate will be able to accurately, you know, if you put your accurate weight in there, your height, will be able to tell you, you know, kind of where you are at for calories being burned. So yes, those are my things that I think are essential. That was a long list. This is a long video. I'm so sorry. I was trying to go through this as quickly as possible. Can't begin to recommend these types of things enough. They've been very helpful for me in my process, and I feel like they've all contributed in some level to my success so far. And again, bam! Success so far. If you guys enjoyed this incredibly long video and you are new to my channel, please subscribe, because I do try to put out new content regularly. And if you are a returning subscriber, please like this video, because it lets me know you guys are down with the jams that I'm putting out there and your subscription is worth it. Yeah, until next time, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything's going great. And hi, kitty. I'll see you guys later. Bye.